Hello everyone. Today I would like to introduce our research, which is factor affecting consumer attitude towards virtual reality VR in Sarawak tourism. So let me introduce. My name is Lerny. I will proceed with introduction. Virtual reality or VR make tourism fun and interactive by letting people explore place without being there. So for Sarawak, VR is a great way to show off its unique attraction like Longhouse Festival and Rainforest to the world. But in Sarawak, VR is not widely used yet. Why? It's expensive. Technical issue make it tricky and not many people know about it. Many tourism businesses are unsure how VR can help them. So this study looked at what influences people interest in VR. Things like age, enjoyment, quality, and the feeling of being in the virtual world matters. So VR can also create strong emotional connection with place, encouraging visit. The goal is to give tips to tourism businesses and how to use VR effectively and help Sarawak grow as a sustainability travel destination. So let's make VR a game changer for Sarawak tourism.
I will continue with literature review and related theories to VR in Sarawak. First, let's look at how people feel about VR. Study shows that people's interest in using VR depends on how easy it is to be used and how enjoyable the experience is. Framework like Technology Acceptance Model (TAM) helps us to understand this. Now, let's talk about the benefits of VR in tourism. VR lets people visit destination virtually through immersive and realistic simulation. For example, potential tourists can explore attractions like national park and cultural site before they book a trip. To reduce uncertainties, this helps people make better travel decisions and create lasting memories. In places like Sarawak, VR is already being used to promote tourism. For example, 360-degree virtual tours allow people to experience Sarawak National Parks and also Cultural Village from anywhere around the world. These tours help showcase Sarawak natural beauty and also culture while meeting the expectation of modern travelers who enjoy new and also high-tech experience. Lastly, let's look at the theories behind this. The TAM framework explains that people are more likely to use VR when they find it is easy and very helpful. It also highlights the importance of enjoyment where people are more engaged if they are having fun.
So this is the graphical model. We use Technology Acceptance Model or TAM. TAM suggests perceived ease of use and usefulness drives adoption, but with added perceived enjoyment, crucial for tourism's hedonic nature. Our framework links factors like enjoyment and service quality to consumer attitudes towards VR in Sarawak, focusing on how easy and beneficial users find VR for exploring destinations. Next, the hypothesis. The study investigates consumer perception and behaviors regarding virtual reality or VR experiences in Sarawak. We examine how factors like willingness to pay, perceived quality, sense of presence, and enjoyment influences attitude towards VR tourism. Hypothesis number one, willingness to pay. A strong willingness to pay for VR experiences correlates with a positive consumer attitude towards VR in tourism. Higher willingness to pay indicates greater perceived value and trust in VR's ability to enhance travel experiences. Hypothesis number two, perceived quality. The quality of VR services, for example, interface design, ease of use, or support, significantly affects consumer satisfaction and trust. High quality VR experiences lead to positive perceptions and increased likelihood of adoption for tourism purposes. Hypothesis number three, sense of presence. VR's immersive sense of presence enhances emotional engagement, making experiences more memorable. This immersive quality fosters stronger positive attitudes towards using VR for exploring destinations. And lastly, hypothesis number four, perceived enjoyment. User enjoyment plays a crucial role in making VR more appealing and creating emotional connections with destinations. Enjoyable VR experiences encourage adoption and integration into travel planning processes.
Next, methodology. As for the research design, the study employed a descriptive research design to systematically explore factors affecting consumer attitudes toward VR in Sarawak tourism. The research process on consumer attitudes toward VR in Sarawak tourism, outlined in the six-step methodology, offers a comprehensive framework. It starts with identifying factors influencing these attitudes, developing a robust approach in research objectives, and designing surveys tailored to collect insightful data. The process extends to meticulous data collection via tools like Google Forms and culminates in analyzing responses for actionable insights. The final reporting and presentation at the regional support encapsulate findings on demographics, willingness to pay, service quality, sense of presence, perceived enjoyment, and overall attitudes using 5-point Likert scales to measure responses. The study employed a meticulously designed questionnaire to explore demographics, willingness to pay, service quality, sense of presence, perceived enjoyment, and overall consumer attitudes toward VR in Sarawak tourism. Utilizing a stratified sampling method, the target sample size of 200 respondents was carefully selected to reflect Sarawak's diverse population, ensuring representativeness and enhancing the findings' generalizability. The questionnaire, distributed via Google Forms, featured a mix of Likert scale and open-ended questions, enabling convenient participation from respondents across various devices and locations. The platform's seamless integration with Google Sheets facilitated organized data management and analysis. Data analysis involved descriptive statistics to summarize demographic trends and inferential techniques including correlation, regression, and hypothesis testing to identify significant relationship between independent and dependent variables. Using SPSS, the study ensured precision and reliability, ultimately providing actionable insights to enhance VR adoption in Sarawak tourism sector by identifying key factors influencing consumer perception. Next, finding and discussion. For Table 1, which is respondent profile, the demographic profile of the 183 respondents reveals diverse representation across gender, race, age, and residential areas, reflecting Sarawak's population with slight variations. The sample's gender distribution, slightly female predominant, may highlight women's stronger inclination toward VR adoption in tourism. The race distribution emphasizes the predominance of major ethnic groups, such as Iban, Malay, and Chinese, whose cultural preferences could influence VR's perceived relevance in tourism experiences. Age-wise, the concentration of respondents in the 21 to 30 age groups aligns with younger generations, familiarity with digital technologies, while older groups, particularly those over 60, may exhibit more skepticism toward VR. Additionally, the urban majority in the sample underscores higher technological exposure compared to rural respondents who may face challenges in accessing or adopting VR due to infrastructure and familiarity varies. Overall, the demographic composition provides valuable insights into how different segments of Sarawak population perceive and engage with VR in tourism. The reliability analysis of consumer attitudes toward virtual reality services in Sarawak tourism demonstrates excellent internal consistency with an overall Combrock alpha of 0.977 across all 26 items, affirming the robustness of the construct's measure. Willingness to pay accounting for 7.69% of the items, 2 out of 26, shows strong internal consistency with a Combrock alpha of 0.977 and item correlations of 0.724 and 0.699, indicating that perception of cost effectiveness and value significantly influence consumer attitudes. Service quality, representing 11.54%, has correlation ranging from 0.520 to 0.753, highlighting reliability while identifying minor areas for improvement measuring VR's problem-solving capacity. Sense of presence, comprising 15.38%, which include 4 items, exhibits high item-to-total correlation, 0.791 to 0.813, reflecting the importance of an immersive VR experience in enhancing consumer engagement with Sarawak's unique landscapes and cultural heritage. Perceived enjoyment with 11.54%, 3 items, and correlation between 0.770 and 0.858 underscores the pivotal role of enjoyable, engaging virtual experiences such as immersive tours of rainforest and festival in shaping positive consumer perception. Lastly, consumer attitude, cognitive, accounting for 26.92%, 7 items, demonstrates high reliability with correlation between 0.735 and 0.840, emphasizing the effectiveness of VR in fostering cognitive engagement and connection with Sarawak's attractions. These findings collectively underscore the diverse, interrelated factors that influence consumer attitudes toward VR in Sarawak tourism.
Next is goodness of measurement, which is fidelity. This table analyzes how different factors influence consumer attitude toward virtual reality in Sarawak tourism. It focuses on 7 key variables, which is willingness to pay, service quality, sense of present, perceived enjoyment, cognitive factor, satisfaction, and visit intention. The findings show that a high-quality VR experience and a strong sense of present are closely connected, with correlation 0.839. Enjoyable VR experiences significantly boost satisfaction with correlation 0.800, and cognitive engagement, or how much people understand and connect with the experiences, play an important role in increasing both satisfaction with correlation 0.839 and the visit intention to Sarawak with correlation 0.704. While enjoyment and engagement strongly influence consumer attitude, willingness to pay has a weaker link to visit intention with correlation 0.479. Next is mean analysis, which provide insight into perception of VR service. First is willingness to pay. Respondents moderately agree that they would pay for the VR service with a mean score of 3.69. Service quality, the highest rate item was individual attention provided by VR service with mean of 3.86, indicating user value personalization. Sense of present, score were high across item with a maximum mean of 3.91, suggesting that users strongly feel immersed in the VR environment. Lastly, perceived enjoyment. This dimension also score highly, which mean above 3.78, showing that fun and happiness are key contribution to positive attitude. This finding emphasizes that immersion, enjoyment, and personalization are critical in shaping how users perceive VR service. Next is table 5. Compare mean by group. This table examines difference in perception across demographic group. For gender, female score slightly higher than male with a significant difference observed p-value equal to 0.461. For race, Malay participant has the highest mean, which is 3.99, while Chinese has the lowest, 3.69. The difference were significant, that p equal to 0.5. but for age show decreasing mean as age increased, but the differences was not significant. That is P equal to 0.002. Lastly, for area, rural participants score higher than urban with significant difference that P equal to 0.373. Overall, gender, race, and area show significance different, but age did not. The last table is regression analysis. The regression analysis highlights the key predictor of consumer attitude toward VR service. Firstly, cognitive engagement. This emerged as the stronger driver with standardized coefficient of 0.519 and a p-value of less than 0.001. This means that users who mentally immerse themselves in a VR experience have significantly more positive attitude. For satisfaction, although it contributes positively, its impact are weaker, with coefficient of 0.220 and significant level of 0.023. This finding emphasizes that while satisfaction with technical aspects like speed and quality matter, the ability of VR to stimulate imagination and create immersive experience has the most profound impact on consumer attitude.
So the study showed that virtual reality VR can be a powerful tool for Sarawak tourism. VR helps showcase the region's attractions like beautiful culture and nature. So however, challenges like high cost, poor internet, and low awareness slow its adoptions. So the research found that enjoyment, quality, and immersive experiences make people more interested in VR. Younger, tech-savvy people are open to it, but everyone can benefit it if solve the barriers. Here are what we can do. Work with businesses to lower costs, run campaigns to show the benefit of VR, improve internet in rural area for smoother VR use, create VR content about Sarawak culture and beauty, train tourism operator to use VR better, partner with school to teach kids about VR and Sarawak. By doing this, VR can transform Sarawak tourism and make it sustainability for the future.